Attention private investors! Have you noticed all the beautifully renovated homes popping up around your community? It's amazing. Maybe you remember what some of those properties looked like before the work started. A house sits vacant for months, or even years. The grass is waist-high. Weeds are growing through the walkway. Trash, broken furniture, old tires, and tree branches are scattered across the yard. Windows are cracked or boarded up. Paint is peeling. Gutters are hanging loose. The roof is worn. The porch is sagging. Sometimes the front door is covered with plywood, and inside, things can look even worse. Water-damaged ceilings, holes in the walls, broken flooring, outdated electrical and plumbing, damaged kitchens and bathrooms, debris from room to room. It's the kind of house people drive past, shake their heads and say, somebody really needs to do something with that place. Then, one day, everything starts to change. A dumpster shows up. Contractors and work trucks start pulling up. The rubbish disappears. The yard gets cleared. The boarded-up windows come down. Crews start tearing out what can't be saved and rebuilding what can. Week by week, you can actually watch the house come back to life. A new roof goes on. New windows go in. The porch and steps are repaired. Electrical and plumbing are updated. Fresh drywall replaces damaged walls. New flooring goes down. The kitchen gets new cabinets, countertops, appliances, and lighting. The bathrooms are renovated. Fresh paint brightens every room. Then they turn their attention outside. The exterior is repaired. The walkway is cleaned up. The lawn is cut and landscaped. Shrubs and flowers frame the entrance. And then, one afternoon, you drive past that same address and almost have to look twice. There's a beautiful, move-in ready home standing where the neighborhood eyesore used to be. And right there, in the freshly manicured front lawn, is a for sale sign. Soon, cars start pulling up for showings. Families walk through the bedrooms, look around the kitchen, step into the backyard, and start imagining what their lives might look like there. Then the for sale sign comes down. A moving truck pulls up. Furniture starts coming through the front door. Boxes are carried inside. Children are picking out their bedrooms. Cars are parked in the driveway, and that evening, the porch light comes on. A house that once looked forgotten has become somebody's home again. That's the real before and after story of fix and flip real estate. And every successful renovation can create project and transaction opportunities for everyone involved. The home buyer, the local bank that approved the mortgage to purchase the newly renovated home, the real estate agent who showed and helped sell the property, the builder or owner-operator who sponsored the project, the local contractors and tradespeople, the title company, and of course, the surrounding neighborhood. But have you ever wondered who's financing these projects? The answer may surprise you. Private investors aren't necessarily the ones flipping the houses. They're helping to passively finance them. Today, many experienced fix and flip entrepreneurs face one major challenge: access to capital. Traditional bank financing can take time. Underwriting can be restrictive, and qualified real estate operators sometimes need financing faster than traditional lenders can provide it. And in fix and flip real estate, time matters. A borrower may already have a purchase contract on a shell or fixer-upper with a firm closing date. Another project may already have construction permits in place with expiration dates. Those deadlines don't wait around for a traditional bank's approval process. That's why private mortgage capital is so very important to the success of a good fix and flip project. It can help qualified real estate operators move quickly enough to acquire the property, start construction, and keep the project moving forward. And that creates time-sensitive opportunities for private investors who are prepared to review a transaction and, when appropriate, participate quickly. If you're looking to diversify your portfolio with passive, real estate-backed investments targeting approximately 12.75% to 17.5% over a typical 12-month investment term. You should talk to the team at Metropolitan Builders Commercial Capital Group, or Metro BCCG for short. We're a commercial mortgage banking firm that brings together private investors and experienced real estate operators seeking financing to acquire, renovate, and resell residential investment properties. Instead of buying a distressed house yourself, finding contractors, managing the renovation, and trying to sell the finished property, you participate as a passive mortgage note investor. You help provide the financing while experienced real estate operators do the work. Most projects are structured around an approximately 12-month investment term, and you don't necessarily have to finance an entire mortgage yourself. We divide qualifying loans into smaller loan participation notes, or LPNs, which, in simple terms, are fractional shares of the underlying mortgage loan. For example, a $300,000 fix and flip mortgage can be divided into 10 equal LPNs of $30,000 each. Now, multiple investors can co-invest as tenants in common, with each investor holding a proportional participation interest in the underlying mortgage. So instead of one investor having to finance the entire mortgage, you can choose the level of participation that works for you. And this isn't a blind pool where you send in your money first and somebody decides later where to invest it. You get to review the specific property, the borrower, the mortgage, the renovation plan, the numbers, and the investment terms before deciding whether you want to participate. Before any project is presented for funding, we fully underwrite the loan. We evaluate the borrower's experience, the property, the acquisition cost, the construction budget, the planned improvements, the projected resale value, and the borrower's plan for completing and selling the home. Our underwriting also includes an after-repair value appraisal, commonly called an ARV appraisal, which provides an independent estimate of what the property is expected to be worth after the planned renovations are completed. Our fix and flip loans are generally structured at approximately 70 to 75% loan to value, based on the applicable underwriting and valuation. In plain English, we're looking at the value of the real estate compared with the amount of money being loaned against it. And remember, you're not simply investing in somebody's idea or business plan. Your participation is tied to an identifiable mortgage loan and specific real estate that you have an opportunity to review before deciding whether to participate. We also look beyond the renovation itself and start thinking about the eventual sale of the home. We even work to connect projects with local real estate brokers who have developed waiting lists of prospective homebuyers who have opted in to hear about available homes. Once the renovations are finished, the homes pass the required inspections, and the builder obtains the required certificate of occupancy. Those prospective buyers can be invited to tour the finished homes and, if interested, make an offer. That does not guarantee a sale, but it does increase the likelihood of the home selling in time. By engaging pre-approved buyers early on to get soft commitments from them is much better than finishing the renovation and then beginning to look for buyers. Our goal is to help build buyer interest while the work is still underway. Now let's talk about how investors realize their return. During the 12-month investment term, investors are contractually entitled to receive a 6.75% annual percentage yield through scheduled monthly interest payments. Then, when the home is sold and the mortgage is paid off, investors are also contractually entitled to receive repayment of their original principal, plus a one-time lump sum profit participation payment called a due on sale return, or DOSR, of up to 10.75% of their original investment. Together, those two return and remittance components are designed to produce targeted combined returns ranging from approximately 12.75% to 17.5%, depending on the structure and performance of the individual project. Of course, renovation completions and home sales don't always happen exactly on schedule, but we underwrite every loan note to provide those fixed returns in every deal. So investors get their prorated interim APY during the renovations and while they wait for the home to sell, plus that DOSR lump sum payment when the home is finally sold. The loan documents make sure of that. That's why you receive information about the project timeline, exit strategy, property, borrower, and potential risks before deciding whether to participate. Now, just as important as the potential return is what happens to your money after you decide to participate. Investor funds are deposited directly into an independent escrow account established specifically for that transaction at the licensed title company. The escrow account is administered by the title company's escrow agent and the closing attorney, who are the parties authorized to control and disperse funds held in escrow. To be clear, we are never the recipient, custodian, or controlling party over investor funds held in escrow. And once the loan closes, the money set aside for renovations isn't simply handed to the borrower or general contractor all at once. Construction funds are released in stages as the work gets done. Independent third-party inspections, photographs, and progress reports help verify completed work before additional construction draws are approved. In simple terms, the money follows the work. Independent loan servicing provides another layer of professional administration throughout the investment. Think of the loan servicer as the independent payment and record-keeping administrator. The servicer maintains the loan records, processes payments, and helps administer the loan throughout its term. Before investing, you'll receive detailed information about the borrower, the property, the loan structure, the renovation budget, the valuation, the projected timeline, the exit strategy, and the potential risks, so you can make an informed investment decision. And perhaps most importantly, you decide. We present the opportunity and provide the information. You review the property. You review the borrower. You review the numbers. You review the renovation plan. You review the professionals involved. You review the potential return and the risks. And then, you decide whether that particular mortgage investment is right for you. No buying the house yourself, no swinging a hammer, no hiring contractors, no managing the renovation, no putting the for sale sign in the yard. But you do get to help finance the transformation, while experienced professionals do the work. If you're looking for an alternative to traditional stocks, bonds, or publicly traded real estate investments, our syndicated private mortgage note investment platform gives private investors another way to participate in the residential fix and flip market while remaining totally passive. And because these projects may involve purchase contract closing dates, construction permit deadlines, and other real-world timelines, opportunities can sometimes require investors to review the information and make a participation decision quickly. So, the next time you drive past a beautifully renovated home that was once boarded up and neglected, you'll know there's a good chance that private investors helped make that transformation possible. And we look forward to showing you how Metro BCCG can help you become part of that story. For more information and to review current investment opportunities, call or text Mike Thomas at 443-318-6485. Mike is available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Or send Mike an email at mthomas@metrobccgi.com. Or visit www.metrobccgi.com/investors/fix-flip. You can also access the website directly by clicking the link in the description box below this video. Again, call or text Mike Thomas at 318-6485, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Email mthomas@metrobccgi.com or simply click the link in the description box below this video. We look forward to speaking with you and showing you how private investors can help finance the transformation of distressed properties into beautiful homes for families, while potentially earning attractive, real estate-backed investment returns along the way.